Alright, I'm in a lot less pain than I was a couple days ago. If you did miss that video from a couple days ago, I'll link it down in the description. But for now, I'm going to talk about where I'm at with this pilonidal cyst and where you may end up if you were like me and decided to just live with it. So I've had a pilonidal cyst for 5 years, but I didn't know what it was until about 5 months ago. I had very minor flare-ups, and it didn't turn into an abscess. Not until a few days ago. And let me tell you, if you're living with a pilonidal cyst and you're keeping it clean, you're washing it with hydrogen peroxide, and if there's an opening where the cyst came to a head, you keep a band-aid on it like I did. In the span of 24 hours, it turned into an abscess. An abscess hurt. Really, really bad. And you know what hurts more is getting it drained. On a pain scale, if 1 was stubbing your toe and 10 was getting shot with a 9mm handgun, I was about a 7. And I would say an 8 when I got it drained. Draining is when you go to the doctor and they cut about a half-inch slit into the cyst, usually over the sinus leading up to the cyst head. The reason why it hurts so bad is that when they go to numb you, pilonidal cysts are pretty deep, so the numbing agents don't work all the way through. So maybe they can get the top portion of the cyst and a little bit of the bottom, but in the middle, it is not numbed, and it hurts. That is really the only relief for an abscess. Before I went into the doctor, I tried all the home remedies that I could find online, different YouTube videos, and basically nothing worked. So in conclusion, drainage is the only way to relieve a pilonidal abscess. It is a painful procedure, but even just the next day from getting it, I'm feeling a heck of a lot better. If you did watch my first video, I was talking about how Monday I was going to get the actual surgery to remove the entire cyst and remove the sinus and tract that would allow for other cysts to grow. And unfortunately, since my cyst became an abscess, I cannot get that surgery until about a week from now. So they have me on antibiotics, which I have to take 1 every 6 hours. So I do have to wake up, have an alarm set for when I'm sleeping, wake up, take the pill, go back to sleep. But what it's doing is washing out any sort of infection that is possibly down there. It is necessary, if I'm going to get the surgery, that it be completely clean of any sort of infection. So my advice to you that are living with the pilonidal cyst, when it begins swelling at all, usually that means that you're headed for an abscess. And I can tell you firsthand that it does not get any better and home remedies will not solve anything. So you need to go to a doctor. Alright, well anyways, I'm excited for this to be over because I know it will be over. Again, this is not a life-threatening condition. It can be treated with surgery. That's the only way to get rid of a pilonidal cyst is with surgery. If people are saying that they can get rid of it with home remedies, that's not true. They just found a way to keep it from growing. The reason it's called pilonidal disease is because it's actually a disease. It's genetic. There's nothing you did in your life that warranted a pilonidal cyst appearing just above your tailbone. You were born with that. It is unfortunate, but it can be cured with surgery. And thank God we live in a day and age where modern medicine is able to deal with this problem. In World War II, they called pilonidal disease Jeep Rider's disease, because many of the young soldiers who were driving Jeep developed pilonidal cysts. Imagine the medical practices they used back then to treat pilonidal cysts. Well, anyways, I hope this video helped, and I'm looking forward to when this is all over and I don't have to deal with this pilonidal cyst anymore. And that day's coming soon. I just don't know when. Gotta wait to hear from the doctor, and then it's maybe 2 to 4 weeks of more recovery. The difference between that recovery time and this recovery time is because at the end of that recovery time, I'll be out of the woods. And the pilonidal cyst will be no more, and I'll be free. And I will let you know about it. Alright, see ya.